Hey folks, I've been checking out quite a few French flicks lately, and I didn't set out on a mission or anything to see a bunch of French films. It just kind of it's been happening like that. But anyway, one of the films I came across in my local library was a film called Fat Girl, and I had only vaguely heard of this film. I saw the DVD. I was checking it out, reading it. Sounded interesting, looked cool. I decided to give it a shot. And man, I was like, what the hell happened with this flick? Fat Girl, it's from 2001. It was written and directed by Breillat. And I hadn't seen any work by her. But having seen Fat Girl, I started reading up on her, obviously. And turns out, surprise, surprise, she's pretty controversial. Well, that's no shock having seen Fat Girl, okay? But let me say this. Fat Girl is not a bad film, okay? It's a pretty good film, actually. The ending, though, is really up for grabs. And I can't really even completely discuss this film without spoiling it, okay? So I don't want to give away the ending. I don't want to get completely into my reaction about the film. But I will say that the film deals with sexuality, the sexuality of young girls, okay? Adolescent and teenage girls. And the last film in America that I could recall that had the guts to take on this subject matter was 13. And of course that came out and all the repression just went crazy. And people flipped over that film. Well, let me tell you, 13 cannot hold a candle to Fat Girl. Okay? And Breillat is known for her sexual themes and the way she uses young girls to examine sexuality. Okay? And all the things that revolve around it. So pretty courageous by the filmmaker, and I give her a lot of credit there. Okay, the film is pretty well made. Also, it really sets a mood and does a good job there. Now the story revolves around two sisters. The oldest sister, she's probably about 16 years old, very attractive, very charming young girl. The youngest sister is kind of the opposite. She's really overweight. She's kind of a plain Jane. She's probably around 12 or 13, years old. And the film is presented through the eyes of the younger sister, I guess you could say. And the girls, while they're vacationing on this, coastal town, the oldest girl takes up this romance with the young college guy, and she kind of has to use the younger sister as cover so she can, carry on this little romance discreetly. And so this dynamic is at play between the sisters. Now, there's also a lot of really, tender moments between the sisters, genuine moments, but it's also we have this kind of, manipulation in a way that's taking place between the older sister and the youngest. And turns out that they share a bedroom, and the new boyfriend ends up sneaking in the room, and the youngest views the oldest girl losing her virginity. So I mean, we're treading on some pretty shaky stuff by American standards here, okay? And like I said, this film, the ending of this film is just crazy. Now, there was a tension that was building, and you could feel it. And I give the filmmaker a lot of credit for building up this tension. You could feel something was going to happen. But then what happens, wow. I'm still having trouble deciphering, the meaning behind this, and I'm trying to withhold judging the filmmaker on this. but I am definitely interested in what other people, their take is on the ending of this film. But I would recommend Fat Girl if you're up for some kind of socially challenging stuff, and if you're up for being just whacked over the head with an ending here, because like I said, it's a pretty well-made film, and it's Fat Girl. All right, everybody, it's Jcrash.